So guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a FIFA 18 cheap starter team that you can actually pick up for around, or well, under 10k FIFA coins. Now I do want to quickly point out before we continue and get into the players that obviously player prices can change and they probably will change, but at the time of recording I was able to comfortably get this team for under 10k. Anyway, in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on this team. Also, what players are you currently using that you're enjoying, cheap ones anyway. And also, if you could, leave a like on the video, that'd be pretty awesome too. So without further ado, let me introduce you to this team. In goal, we're going to go with an 83 rated goalkeeper, so pretty high rated. We're going to go for Rulli. And I'm sorry if I look asleep, but I'm going to be looking down at my screen a lot. Rulli, as you can see, pick him up for just over 1k. I will add that is on bid, not on buy now. You're probably going to have to bid for a lot of these players if you want it as cheap as I got it. At right back, we are going to go with Smolnikov, who just looks brilliant. And when I was looking at the Russian League, they've got some very good looking cheap players this year, and Smolnikov is one of them. Awesome looking right back, and in game, I'm sure he's going to be brilliant. We'll see about that very soon. The right centre back is going to be Mammana. Now, the Russian League this year has got some very good looking defenders, like this man here, who sadly won't feature in this team, but 82 pace, 6'2", high wear crates. He's going to feature in a lot of cheap teams this year, and I imagine he's going to be very good. But he's not going to be in this team today, but I'm probably using him in the future. We're going to go with this football manager legend. If you played FM, you definitely know about this guy. And yeah, he looks pretty solid. Medium high, good height, good pace. Looking forward to using him. His partner in crime is going to be another high rated player, 83 rated Musacchio. And yeah, just look at the price. You can pick these guys up cheaper than you think if you bid. So yeah, get trading. Yeah, that's my advice. Get trading. Yeah, not the best advice I know. But anyway, moving on to the left back, we're going to go with Ansaldi, who is rocking that 5-star weak foot. He has an amazing card, and look how cheap I picked him up as well. Good pace, and just in general, apart from the shooting, very well rounded for his rating, and he looks impressive in my opinion. So after defense, looks pretty solid, and I think it will be good in game. You are going to need good defenders this year because defending is nowhere near as easy as it was in previous FIFAs. So let's move on to the midfield, and at CDM we are going to have Bender. Once again, another decently rated card, very cheap for him as well. High wear crates, good pace and defending and physical for him. Thought he'd do a good job at DM. Right mid, we're going to go for Herrmann, who is always a good cheap option at the start of the game, I feel. Like, yeah, cheap, pacey, perfect for the wing, perfect for cheap starter teams, and that is why he's in the squad. Over on the left, we're going to switch to Johnson of the USA and, of course, Borussia. Yeah, pretty much the same as Herrmann, a good cheap option for the start of the game. And at cam, we're not going to go for a cam, we're not going to go for a striker. We're going to go in the middle, and we're going to go for a centre forward. We're going to go Stindl. He does get full chemistry, you don't need to make him a cam, and I'm going to keep him as a centre forward to keep this team as cheap as possible at the start. But yeah, he just seems to have good attributes, and it looks like he can play that cam position very, very well. As you can see, the card as a whole looks great, to be fair. I wouldn't want to use him as a centre forward or as a striker, but I think he'll do a good job in that cam position. So now let's get on to the business end, the strikers. This is what you want to see. This is where you're going to want to have some good players up front because you need to score goals in this FIFA. The first striker is going to be Origi, obviously formerly of Liverpool and Lille, now playing in Wolfsburg for this season. He looks fun. He looks like he's going to be a fun card to use, so I look forward to trying him out. Not the paciest of players, but shooting wise and general attacking attributes for his rating looks fairly well rounded attacking wise. And next to him is Bobby Wood, who last year was a silver, this year is a low rated gold, and I think we're going to see him in a lot of cheap Bundesliga teams this FIFA, especially at the start, because he's got the pace, he's got the shooting, his passing looks horrific to be fair, but the other attributes don't look too bad. Anyway, that is the team. What we're going to do today is we're going to get into 2 live games, and we'll see how we go. I probably won't do face cam for them, because otherwise you're just going to see me sat like this for about 20 minutes, but we will go live com, but no face cam. So yeah, let's get into a game, and let's see how this 10k team performs. Right then, let's get into the clips, and what was going to be a live commed 2 games is now going to be a post commed 1 game. Now, I've done that because the video was already extremely long, and I don't want to bore you guys for too long, but in future squad builders, if you do want me to do more games, if you want them to be longer, let me know in the comments. Anyway, you've seen the team that we've come up against. It's a pretty solid team for a starting team, and one thing you'll notice right now is you're seeing a different camera angle to normal. Yeah, I was trying to get the guy to pause so I could change the camera angle. He was having none of it. I probably should have kicked it out myself, but then this happens. Yeah, not the ideal start to my FIFA 18 campaign. We conceded an own goal in the opening 10 minutes, and there was just nothing really I could have done. Now, I'm not going to blame the camera angle, because I should have sorted those settings earlier, but it was a bit frustrating playing like that. But so, as soon as I got a chance, changed it up to telebroadcast, which is the angle that I've played on for years. It's the one I'm most used to, the one I'm most comfortable in. Anyway, 10 FIFA minutes later, we do respond nicely with a nice finesse from Divock Origi. I didn't know he had that kind of finesse in his locker, but apparently he does. He's a goal scorer, and he's going to score us plenty of goals, and he will score you plenty of goals if you pick him up as well. Nice cheap option up front, and you saw it was a very nice finesse, good bit of link-up play. We'd finally got some possession, we felt a bit more comfortable on the ball, and we have put the ball in the back of the net. Origi's finesse kissing the inside of the post before going in the back of the net. But about 20 FIFA minutes later, once again, he gets down the wing, we don't defend it, and yeah, we also then go ahead and make a terrible mistake. Now, that's one thing I've noticed. I don't clear the ball. I try and play like Arsenal, I try and play it out the back, and sometimes you get punished for that when you make a mistake, and that is exactly what happened there. We got punished for not clearing the ball, and thus we are 2-1 down just before half-time, which sucked. Anyway, still in the first half, we get a bit of possession here. Bender plays it into Origi, gets Stindl, who plays it back to Origi, who's going to be unlucky with the first shot, but not the second one. He's going to put it in the back of the net, and pretty much an instant response from us, and Origi makes it 2-2 just before half-time. However, that would not be the end of the half. There is still plenty of action to come. It's a very high scoring FIFA this year, you can just tell. So you're going to want good attackers this year, because you're going to need to score goals, because, yeah, goals are plenty in this game. So as you can see, still before half time, Bobby Wood gets the ball. He's going to play it out onto the wing to Johnson. And look at Origi busting a gut to get in that box, and he gets the header and makes it 3-2. He gets the first half hat-trick and puts us up for the first time in the game. What a weird first half that is. Like, that is ridiculous. 5 goals in the first half of the first game of FIFA 18. So, yeah, at least you know this cheap team can definitely score you goals, or at least with Origi anyway. So, moving in to the second half, Johnson's going to get down the wing. He's going to beat Emre Can for pace. We know Aurier is there. We need to get away from Aurier because he's very good. Ball gets played in, and Stindl, just after half-time break, puts the ball in the back of the net, and now we are 2 goals up. We'd finally got the lead, and we'd made it a bit comfortable, but we weren't done there. Bobby Wood plays through the ball, his defender does not clear it well, he makes a mistake this time, and you can't give Origi that time, you can't give Origi that space. He gets another goal. Now if you've been counting, you'll know that's 4 for him. 4 for him in the first game. Very impressive debut from Mr. Origi. However, our defence goes to sleep. I almost lost my voice there. Our defence goes to sleep, we give him too much space, and he punishes us. That's just how it's going to be this year. If you make a mistake in defence, if you give someone a chance to score, they will score. And then moments later, we do the same again. We don't clear the ball, and you know what's coming. We're about to get punished. Momentum's pretty much on his side right now. We are still not clearing the ball. As you can see, I'm not booting it out. I'm trying to pass it out. I'm trying to keep possession. And in the end, ultimately, I am punished. So, yeah, little tip from me. Clear the ball. Don't mess around with it at the back. Unless you're better at passing than me, which you probably are, to be fair, 'cause I'm not great at it, to be honest. But yeah, we got punished, so it was a bit of a tight end to the game, but in the 90th minute and some, we get ourselves a penalty. Stindl's going to step up to take it, and we're going to go for that, you know, that cheeky tap, and fortunately for us, it goes in. I thought the keeper was going to stick a foot out and save it, but luckily the ball went into the back of the net, and thankfully, that was to be the end of that. That was full time, 6-4. What a high scoring game. 10 goals in my first game of FIFA 18. That is pretty mad. It really, really is. But I'll show you the full-time stats. Here they are in all their glory. As you can see, a lot of shots taken off by us both, and, you know, a lot of goals. A lot of goals. Anyway, moving on. The other game that I played ended 5-1. Here are the stats from that game. Once again, goals galore, but a much better defensive performance from the team. 11 goals scored in 2 games, though. From this cheap team, you know, it scores goals. It might be cheap, but it scores goals. So, quick squad review. The goalkeeper, I'm going to give him like a 6.5 out of 10. I don't think he was horrendous, but he definitely wasn't great. The defence, despite the goals conceded, I'm actually going to give a solid 8 out of 10 because as a whole, I thought the players were good. A lot of the goals conceded were actually down to me as a player making mistakes. So, you know, I can admit to when I'm making the mistakes, and most of them were down to me, and you saw that in some of the clips. The midfield's going to get like a mixed opinion. Bender, I have to say, I thought was poor in that DM role. Stindl, though, at camp was great. The wide men just didn't get involved as much as I would have liked. And then we come on to the duo up top, which you already know I enjoyed. Origi was amazing. You saw, like, in the first game, he was brilliant. In the second game, he scored plenty of goals too. But I do have to say, Bobby Wood, although he was better in the second game, he did let me down at times, especially with his passing. The team as a whole, though, for 10k, I can't complain. It was fun to use, and it did score plenty of goals. So for 10k, you definitely can't complain too much. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on this 10k hybrid starter team squad. That is a long title. I'm going to have to shorten that for the actual video title. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the team in the comments below. Also, let me know what cheap players you're using at the moment. If you could leave a like on the video, that would be awesome. Thanks for watching, and as always, I will catch you in the next one.